Welcome to Period 2 of Business 5233, Managerial Accounting. This is Dr. Mike Petty providing a preview of the objectives, content, and assignments for this period. As stated in the course overview, Business 5233 is designed as a launch to both the Master of Business Administration and the Master of Engineering Management programs. This course supports the first of 5 program outcomes for each program, the development of business skills. This course will enhance your ability to propose innovative product and service solutions in a global integrated economy based on business model thinking and financial analysis. The activities of Period 2 will concentrate on satisfying the second course learning objective to apply the knowledge of cost behavior to operating decisions for the optimization of financial performance. Period 2 is another rapid 2-week period as we continue to fly through this course. As mentioned, Period 2 addresses the application of the knowledge of cost behavior and the tools and analytical techniques to operating decisions for the optimization of financial performance. In Period 2, you will be introduced to the foundational decision-making tools, break-even analysis and incremental analysis. You will do some serious number crunching in this period. We will be using the Managerial Accounting text to concentrate on these critical relationships and analytical tools. In addition, we will continue our 30,000-foot perspective by taking a manager's look at the 2 other basic financial statements, the balance sheet and the statement of cash flow. We will use the Financial Intelligence book to help us develop this perspective. In Period 1, we focused on determining the cost of one unit of product or service. In Period 2, we will move to a bigger picture. We will focus on the behavior of cost at different levels of production and the impact on profitability or loss with the fundamental cost, volume, profit analysis. This is also referred to as break-even analysis and answers the question, at what level of production can an operation break even? It also provides a basis for determining what actions need to be taken to surpass the break-even point and generate a profit. We will also analyze the impact of various costing methodologies on operational decision making. We will investigate the concepts of variable costing and incremental analysis and the use of these tools in making value-creating operational decisions. We will also continue to build our 30,000-foot perspective of financial performance by delving into the information provided by the balance sheet and statement of cash flow. While the profit and loss statement provides a perspective on the profitability of an operation over a period of time, the balance sheet provides a perspective on the assets and liabilities required to support that level of profitability. Further, the statement of cash flow links together the profit and loss statement and a balance sheet. It provides a critical perspective on the sources and uses of cash during the period. With diligence, by the end of Period 2, you will be able to explain the function and value of the balance sheet and statement of cash flow, explain the difference between variable and fixed cost and the significance of the relevant range, articulate how biblical stewardship builds upon an understanding of cost behavior, structures, and functional relationships. You will be able to apply your understanding of cost, volume, profit analysis, incremental analysis, and variable costing analysis to various problem sets. And lastly, you will be able to demonstrate the application of managerial costing concepts and analytical techniques to an organization. Period 2 will continue to utilize the basic structure discussed in the course overview. The study commitment will be approximately 12 hours. 8.5 hours should be dedicated to the Managerial Accounting text and approximately 3.5 hours to the Financial Intelligence book. More or less may be required. The specific chapter assignments will be detailed on the next slide and in your syllabus. Each chapter of reading from the Managerial Accounting text will start with a short video which will highlight the application of the chapter content in a real-world context with companies you will be familiar with. Like Period 1, this period will have 3 forum dialogue questions for class discussion. A minimum of 2 hours should be dedicated to each question, including your original post and to response post. Each forum dialogue will be worth 3% of your total grade. This may seem inconsequential grade-wise, but failing to participate in 3 forms would sacrifice a whole grade. We will discuss this period's questions and requirements on a subsequent slide. Lastly, unlike period 1, this period will have 1 minor assignment and a major assignment. You should anticipate spending an approximate 10 hours on the minor assignment and 18 hours on the major assignment. The minor assignment will be worth 8% of your total grade, while the major assignment will be worth 18%. The required study for this period starts with a moderately paced reading of 10 chapters in financial intelligence. We will read chapters 10 through 19. This reading will be required for the first period form discussion. The heavy-duty study will be in the reading of chapters 5 through 8 of Managerial Accounting. Prior to reading each chapter, please watch the videos to get a real-life perspective of the subject matter. I mentioned in the course overview that you should first read the chapter quickly to get a broad overview, paying special attention to concepts and definition. Next, read the chapter slowly, section by section, working through all examples. Note that all examples and illustrations provide solutions. It is critical that you understand how the solutions are derived. Form Question 2A is designed to continue building your appreciation for the importance of financial intelligence for successful managers and executives. Your study of financial intelligence will provide you with the foundation to respond to this question in an insightful, academically rigorous way. Form Question 2B is designed to solidify your knowledge of the differences between fixed and variable costs and the difference between variable and full absorption costing, and the impact of these significant differences on operational decision making. If these distinctions are not clearly understood, faulty operational decisions are highly probable. Form Question 2C will force you to consider the biblical perspective of stewardship and how an understanding of cost relationships and the use of appropriate analytical tools can aid managers and leaders in satisfying this biblical requirement. Give some serious thought and prayer to your response. This will help to solidify your foundation as a biblically based leader. Continue to follow the specific instructions and recommendations for successful dialogue. To reiterate, for each dialogue question, prepare an original post to each question. Use a provocative or descriptive title to entice other students to read your post and respond. Once you've posted your original response to each question, respond to 2 discussion threads initiated by your fellow students. Your initial post should be 250 to 300 words. Your response posts are not required to be of any specific length. However, they need to be substantive. A response of "great post" or "I agree with your scholarly perspective on this subject" is not substantive. Your observations will have to be supported academically with a minimum of 2 citations. Remember, this is an academic discussion, not an opinion piece. Please make your initial post by day 5 of the first week of the period for the first 2 questions and day 7 for the third. You will have to complete the period's reading requirements before you will be able to participate in a scholarly threaded dialogue. Remember, responding to the dialogue question is an academic exercise, not a social chat room discussion. Academic rigor is expected. The Minor 3 assignment is directed at your understanding of cost behaviors and relationships and the critical analytical tools used for value-creating operating decisions. There are 10 problems in total, 4 from Chapter 5 and 2 from Chapters 6 through 8. Excel spreadsheet templates are provided for some of the problems to help you get started. Use them if they are helpful to you. If you don't use the spreadsheets, please format your problems in the same manner that they are formatted in the text. Please show all of your work to receive substantial partial credit, even if your final answer may be wrong. The problems are the straightforward application of the tools and techniques learned in the chapters. There are no trick questions built into the assignments. Major 1 is a comprehensive case study that will challenge your knowledge of the concept, tools, and techniques introduced in the first 8 chapters of the Management Accounting text, with an emphasis on chapters 5 through 8. The case study will require you to analyze the facts of a given business situation, identify the tools necessary to address operating decisions, and to make recommendations to improve performance. The problems in the case require the straightforward application of the tools and techniques learned in the chapters. There are no trick questions built into this case. Please show all of your calculations in the same format used in the exercises in Minor 3. Once again, let me repeat some suggestions for success in this course. First, read the assigned material early in the period. Get off to a fast start. Post your discussions as early in the period as possible and check them regularly for responses. With respect to the financial intelligence book, read it for content and concepts to provide that 30,000-foot perspective on financial performance. The chapters are short, so schedule this reading when you have short periods of uncommitted time. With respect to the Managerial Accounting text, start each chapter by watching the videos. Do a quick first reading of the entire chapter to get an overview. Read the chapter a second time slowly to absorb concepts and definitions. Work through each example, practice exercises, and problems. This is critical. You won't be able to do the problem sets or case study without understanding the examples. With respect to the Managerial Accounting text, pace yourself to complete 2 chapters each week. These chapters are substantial. Schedule appropriate blocks of uninterrupted time to work through each chapter, and allocate enough time to thoroughly complete the assignments. Again, this is Dr. Mike Petty. Commit yourself to a rigorous 2 weeks. The concepts, tools, and techniques that you will learn over the next 2 weeks will be significant assets in your managerial war chest. Your investment of time in this course will pay you dividends for years to come. Godspeed.